How's it going, guys? This is Matthew Mesa, and once again, welcome to the Daily Hook. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of different things. I mainly want to go over some freshwater, 101 tips for any beginners, anybody just starting out, not really knowing what exactly they're getting themselves into, or what lures to use, or what time to go fishing, what's the difference between date night. Things like that are very, very common questions, along with, various other things. So, really when it comes down to freshwater fishing, you want to aim towards the right scenery, almost. Like, you want to be in the right areas. Like, you don't just pick a little pond, and just expect to, get the hugest fish ever. May it happen? Yes. I mean, I live in South Florida. A lot of these canals are connected, so you could easily find like a small body of water, and out of nowhere, a 7-pound peacock bass comes out of nowhere and just bites your bait. I use a lot of shiners, which I'll go over in a minute. But really, you want to just look for good places, as in just, is there fish there? Is there bait fish? Is there a multi-variety of fish? Is there is there a constant flow of water? Things like that. That's all good things to do, and that's why South Florida has very, very good urban fishing. Like, you can literally go through all these canals, all these lakes, and you can find monster bass. You could get anything from cichlids to Oscars to tilapia, gar, snakeheads, and of course peacock bass, which is one of my favorites. I have really been going towards those. So just, make sure you find a good body of water, find a good lake, find one with a good reputation. This is easily Googleable now. So you could easily go on Google and just find, hey, where can I get good, peacock bass? They might send you to a tropical park, for instance, down here in South Florida. You could catch them out there. Have I seen any monsters out there? I've been out there a couple times. Haven't seen any real big ones. I got a honey hole, which I mention a lot in my videos, and it's just an oasis of different type of fish, of just all different kind of sizes, and it's just great. And all those lakes are connected, where I'm at. So that's the good thing. You can go from one lake and then go just down the road a little bit, and since everything is connected, you're catching huge fish over here, and you see the same carp that are several blocks away in the same lake behind your back. 30-pound carps. South Florida is crazy for fishing. As far as lures, you're gonna want to probably, depending on the day, or if it's nighttime, or a lot of things come into play. There's a lot of variables. What you're gonna want to do is probably, oh, sorry about that, guys. What you're probably gonna want to do is start off with just maybe some shiners. Get used to fishing. If you're getting on, just into it, get a shiner. Pick them up at your local bait shops. A lot of them have them. Just get some little shiners and throw them out there and watch how fast they get eaten. And you can practice reeling in the fish, things like that. And then you can start going into lures. If you run out of shiners, you can also have backup lures if you want to keep on fishing. I have caught in big things on lures. I'm not a big fan of spinner baits and stuff like that. Like, I have not gotten much luck on those at all. I have gotten some luck on frogs. At nighttime you could go by, where the grass beds are, and they're pretty much just lurking around in the shallows at nighttime, and you can catch some monsters at nighttime. It is like, oof, you can catch some real big ones. So a nice frog running along the edge will be good. If you're daytime fishing, just like I said, if you don't have shiners, you could get a rattle trap. That makes a lot of noise. Don't get a huge one. You can get something, just about yay big. They make a lot of noise. They make a lot of action. They're all over the place depending on how fast you're reeling. They can go up or down, depending on your speed of your reel. And really, it's just a bait that attracts the fish and pisses the fish off. It just pisses the fish off. It just is into its territory. Largemouth are aggressive, and peacock bass are invasive. So if you want to get some real good fish, those are really good species to catch. Peacock bass fishing has gotten very popular down here. It's one of the most popular, fishing sports that are around here right now. Peacock bass get up to, I know Monster Mike. I was watching his YouTube channel. He caught like an 11 pounder, which I think was just under the world state record. He is a beast, Monster Mike. Man, I'd love to hang out with him someday and go fishing. That'd be nice. So you just like I said, stick to shiners. If you can't, get a nice little rattle trap. You get a top water bait, you can walk the dog with. Some big might come up and catch that. You could do several little things, depending on the time. You could use. Honestly, I would probably just stick to like a nice rattle trap. For me, it's worked the best. Like I said, with the frogs, though, the frogs, they love frogs, at least bass. I'm talking about bass. If you want to get with some peacock action or cichlid, anything like that, you can definitely go with a nice snakehead. Go with frogs. Snakehead, go with frogs. I've gotten some real good luck with snakeheads. So if you know where they are, definitely go to the canals. You'll find them down here in South Florida. If you guys are in South Florida, it's really fun. They give a good little fight. You could even catch some clownfish out there. Those are really crazy looking. I haven't got my first chance to get one of those, but I would sure love to get myself a clownfish or two. But really, lately I've been focusing on the peacock bass. I'm doing pretty good. When I run out of shiners, I do use a rattle trap, and I get a lot of action on bass and on pretty much anything. The peacocks, the cichlids, Oscars, they're all biting it. So honestly, I would stick with that. It really looks like a nice fish. You could get an all silver one. You could get like one that looks like a blue shad. That's a good one that I use. That's gotten a lot of attraction by many fish. A gar even almost looked at it twice. Almost got that. Just you could try a spinnerbait if you feel comfortable that you might catch something. But honestly, I have not gotten any good results on any spinnerbaits. So you already know worms. Worms are really good. At nighttime, it's good. Maybe to use like a purple, dark purple, bluish color. That's a really good one. A dark green. That'd be nice. Even if you get a swim bite, honestly, I would go probably with just something that looks like more like a nice one of those soft ones. I don't even know what they're called. I just had some the other day. I bought some. It's just like a light white color, and it just kind of goes. It's about 3 inches. You'll see them. They're flexible. Those are really good. I've gotten some action on those. But really, guys, if I were you, I would just try some rattle traps out. Try them out. They're heavy enough to cast very far. So if you have a bait caster, you could just launch it wherever you want and really never have any issues. I've never had mine getting snagged on anything. I know a lot of people complain about the 2 hooks on the bottom, but no, never any problems. Never any problems. Obviously, you don't want to go over rocks. If you see a bunch of rocks, that'd be stupid. But use common sense, guys. But other than that, that's about it. Like I said, find a good spot. If you have any comments or questions, please post it on here, and I'd be happy to answer them. Any questions, like I said, I'm always checking my pages, so if anything happens, just let me know, and I will respond. Like if you have a question about what should I do in this situation, what should I do in that situation. I know a lot about fishing when it comes to fresh water. I haven't been doing it for as long as I've been doing saltwater fishing. Saltwater fishing is another thing. We've been doing that since I was 6 years old, so that was pretty much our life. My dad's got a big boat, so we go out on that. We catch mahi, wahoo, all that stuff. It's a lot of fun. But really, we've been getting into some peacock and largemouth bass fishing, and even the gars. Gars are fun to catch. It's scary when you get them out of the water. As even when they're big. Oof, when they're big, they're scary. They're scary once they get out of that water. But really, guys, yeah, you just want to have fun with it and try new things. If they're not biting, move. If they're not biting, move. When it comes to fresh water and salt water too, if they're not biting, move. If there's fish there, they will bite. They will bite. If there's not fish there, they're not biting. So just move. You don't have to move far. Just take steps. If you're in a lake or a canal, just keep moving down. Just keep tossing. Keep reeling. depending on what your bait you're using, accordingly. Just practice, practice, practice. Try slow, try fast. Try doing different things like bouncing it off the bottom of the water if you're doing like a little worm or anything like that. That'll get a lot of attention. Like I said, try a rattle trap, guys. I'm telling you, get a rattle trap. You'll get a lot of attention off that. That pisses fish off for some reason. That noise, it's all over the place when it's going. If you reel real fast, that thing just kind of shoots off. It looks just like a fish. I mean, it's the closest thing that I've had to any, how do I say, comparing it to a shiner, like my average of catching, because I could throw a shiner and get a catch in 15, 20, 30 seconds, so that's the difference. You got to get something that looks like an actual fish and launch it real far down the bed, and if there's a long little break off, just pretty much cast it aside it and just go along it, or you could just cast out and wait for something to bite. Something will bite, definitely in the canals and definitely in the lakes. Just find a good spot, make sure you got maybe some current flow, find a bridge that breaks off into like a lake spot where there's not a lot of current and a lot of seaweed, and I mean not seaweed, I'm sorry, salt water. A lot of that, the grass beds, and you'll get some luck. Especially if they're spawning. If they're spawning, that's good. Right around now is they've been spawning for the last couple months. It's 6/23/2017, so I don't know if the date comes up when I publish it. I think it does, yeah. But I've been catching a bunch of peacock bass. Right now you can get the males with the red humps. They just look beautiful. A lot of largemouth biting right now. It's just been amazing. Real good time. So like I said, guys, if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. Subscribe. Watch my videos. I'm gonna get my GoPro soon, and my video quality will be a little better, because when I started it, my GoPro had broken, so I kind of just started this. And like I said, man, just stick with me, guys. I'm gonna show you guys some real good fishing. So if I were you, I would subscribe, like, and if you have any questions or comments, just put them below. All right, see you guys next Daily Hook.